Ranching is a method of livestock farming where animals such as cattle or sheep are raised on large open areas of land known as ranches. Ranchers manage and care for the animals, providing them with food, water, and shelter. Ranching plays a significant role in supplying meat and other animal products to consumers. Ranching has evolved over the years, incorporating modern techniques and technologies to improve efficiency and sustainability. The goal is to balance the needs of the animals with the preservation of natural resources. Ranchers use rational grazing, proper land management, and genetic selection to enhance animal health and land productivity.
My name is Jumoke Fadairo, and I'm a trained aeronautical engineer, certified project manager, QA, and also a big-time farmer. My experience in the ranching industry has been awesome. I'm gonna say it's awesome. I started January 2019, and I started with 4 rams. And my role, I've been the CEO, the admin, the maintenance manager, and sometimes the doctor. So that's basically what I did when I started first. But after a year, thereabouts, when we expanded, I had to employ people to work for me. So basically what I do now is just overseeing the farm generally. I would say I've not yet pursued career in ranching currently because the Nigerian market space is actually giving us the opportunity to focus on farming as a career. But then what pushed me into ranching was 2019 when I was formerly working with GTB as a customer care executive, and my younger sister needed to purchase some rams for a program that they had, and we went to the market and the prices were so high, and I felt like no, probably because I was raised and born in the north, so I know how rams are cheaper and goat meat are cheaper down there. So I was vexed. So I ventured into traveling down to Kaduna, and I spoke with some couple of traders there, and I saw that the price difference was so high. And that was the, when the business part of me just clicked, and I felt I'm going to do it. So while coming from Kaduna, I purchased some rams and I brought them to Oyo. My farm is actually in Oyo town, so I brought them to Oyo. Then we were able to, use the one that we needed, and the remaining ones I just kept them with my sister, and I went back to work. And one of the rams gave birth, and it now doubled. So I felt, okay, I'm just gonna start doing this thing, and that was how I started. A successful rancher, the qualities and skills you should possess. Okay, probably because I started on a very, very rough patch. Not really rough patch. I would say from the angle of not knowledgeable farmer, I really did not really possess any quality or skills. But along the line, I saw that I really need to know how to take care of those animals. I'm thinking about their health. I really need to know how to do crossbreeding. I really need to know how to feed them what they feed, because of the different species of rams that we have. Most of them have different feeding pattern. So you might need to learn that, learn how they feed, learn what is good for which of the animals, and basically you need to learn their health pattern also, because based on the 4 types of rams that we have in Nigeria, The one that is common to the southwesterns really are rugged. That's the West African dwarf, the short one that you see in Oyo, Ibadan, Lagos and Ogun State. Generally, those ones are rugged. They might not really need special care. But you see the ones you're bringing from the northern parts, the Bulami, the Uda, and the likes like that, those ones need special care because you are bringing them from another region of the country to another region of the country. So you need to learn how to maintain their health. So you might have to, consult a veterinary, so to say, just to learn how to maintain their health and feeding. My approach to livestock management and ensuring their well-being. At first, when I started, I just thought it was just like our normal animals in the southwestern part of the country. I just felt, just keep them there. Just give them food. Oh, but they die. They really died. But along the line, I learned that when you bring the rams from the northern part of the country to the southern part of the country where my farm is located, the approach I imbibed after I lost some of the animals was treating them first. Partly because my mom is a nurse, so I kind of like know what you need after you go through a long journey. So most of the time I'll give them glucose. I do not feed them. After the journey, I don't feed them. I just make sure they are on steady dosage of glucose to give them energy and strength. And also, the way I built my ranch, it is in a form that they are not caged. So the weather from where they are coming from with this place had to, balance, had to be in sync because this place is a little bit more temperate than where they're coming from. So my approach is basically giving them some dose of glucose at first whenever they get to the farm. Then afterwards, because of the kind of forage, that's the food they feed on in the north, which is not readily available here, I would have made provision from the market for the kind of food similar to what they do feed on where they were before. So that's the approach I take. And in the process, they tend to blend with the weather and the mood of feeding. Importance of sustainable ranching practice is when I first started, after I started, like a year afterwards, I saw that for me to get healthy rams, animals, I have cows too. I have to travel to the northern part of the country to get some kind of species of animals that are good for breeding and mating. That's for consumption. What I do is, because I'll say I'm partly Hausa, so I get to meet them and I discuss with them. So they give me the high variety breed of animals. Then I get them to my farmland. Then I do some kind of crossbreeding. The kind of rams that people love to see in the market are the ones that are big with droopy ears that, when you see them, especially during Ileya period, that people like to use them to fight, thinking that is what it is. But then, since I know the kind of markets I'm targeting, so I tend to go after the kind of animals that they want. So bringing them down here, I cannot be going often and often to go and bring them. So what I do is crossbreeding and picking high variety of rams and crossbreeding them with the ones that do not really have high tendency or tenacity to withstand weather or to produce young ones that will give good meat, good beef, and probably good skin if you need more from cow.